It's mid-October. The fall color season is beginning to fade here in Colorado as the leaves begin to fall off the trees. But before the color is completely gone, I am on a mission to get a shot that I have been longing to get for 5 years, basically since I moved to Colorado. A shot of the Crystal Mill with orange leaves all over the place. Located on the western slope, the Crystal Mill is one of the most photographed places in the entirety of Colorado, probably second only to Maroon Bells. I tried to get this shot once, about 3 years ago in late 2017, but I had to abort that attempt when I discovered how bad the road out to the Crystal Mill actually is. It's really meant for 4x4 vehicles with high clearance. My Crosstrek does have better than average clearance, but I don't fancy the idea of wrecking my suspension on such a bad road. So instead, I am driving to the trailhead in Marble, Colorado. From there, I plan to hike the rest of the way in. But little do I realize as I begin my hike up to the Crystal Mill that I am in for one of the hardest hikes I have ever attempted.
Alright, this is going to be an interesting hike. I've parked the car and I am now walking a very annoying uphill stretch. A couple I just talked to says that it's about 6 miles in, which is a little bit farther than I was anticipating. And I'm about a half hour behind. Oh, I need to get back in shape. But I think I can cover that pretty quickly. Maybe an hour and a half. So, anyway, here we go.
Yeah, hang on to that dream.
Oh, thank God. It's leveling out.
Check out these views. The western slope is one of my favorite places in the entirety of Colorado. Now, if only I could stop wheezing like a deflating tire. And why is my left arm going numb?
Okay, so despite my better instincts, I am kind of holding out hope that we might get some decent color up at the mill, because check this out. It's better than I was expecting. Definitely driving up through the mountains and I-70, all those bare aspens. I was not holding out hope that we'd have any good color, and I'm still seeing a lot of bare aspens here, which tells me I'm probably a week, maybe 2 weeks, too late for the best color. Sorry about that, his leg's loose on my tripod, but we still might get lucky. You never know, gotta hold out hope. My other big concern is, I won't know till I get there, but I'm pretty, I don't know how much water is gonna be in the Crystal River, or Crystal Creek, or whatever it's called, but yeah, that's my other big concern, but won't know till we get there. Oh great, more uphill.
Oh, just look at these views. I wonder how hard it would be to get down that. Nope. Gotta stay on track. I've gotta get out to the Crystal Mill. Oh, but that water just looks so good. Oh God. Oh, look, a four-wheel drive vehicle. Maybe they'd be willing to give me a lift? Hey, wait. Oh, no, you're going the other way. Never mind. Oh God. This trail just keeps going and going and going. Yeah, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Maybe if I lost 5 pounds? Oh, that water looks so good, doesn't it? Maybe if I just stuck my head underneath these droplets here, just suck in a little bit of extra moisture.
What?
Oh, that's not a good idea?
No.
Okay. Sorry. Now, before you say anything, yes, I did have water with me, but just the effort of taking off my backpack just seemed really inconvenient at this point.
So there's another four-wheel drive vehicle going past me now, going the other way. And I've had about a half dozen go past me going towards the goal. And right now I hate every one of them. I hate all you four-wheel drive people. Oh God, is this ever gonna end? So it's hard to see down there, but there's It looks like the wreck of an really old, like 1950 style pickup truck. Wonder how long that's been down there. So in my last few videos, you know how I've been complaining about how I'm out of shape? Oh, today has proven it. I need to really get more dedicated to working out because, wow. I've done long hikes before and arduous hikes, but you know, they haven't quite taken it out of me. But that was before COVID, and everybody going outside forced me to become an indoor cat. And now I'm paying the cost. Oh God. Please don't shame me too much. Oh man, check out that waterfall. I want to go dunk my head in that.
Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of hiking, my goal was within sight. And boy, did it not disappoint. Finally, we had arrived at the Crystal Mill. After paying my fee to go down to the riverbank, I set about looking for compositions and trying to find a couple of different images that I wanted to photograph. I didn't end up vlogging any of my time at the Crystal Mill because unfortunately just after I'd arrived and downed 3 bottles of water to help myself rehydrate from that pain in the ass hike, a group of young 20-something-year-old Instagrammers showed up. And you can just imagine vlogging in front of those guys would have been really awkward and just unenjoyable. So instead I just committed myself to finding compositions and enjoying the photography. So this is my very first image of the Crystal Mill, and to be perfectly honest, it's mediocre at best. I was very happy with how I was able to capture the dynamic range of this scene and get some decent motion blur in the water, and overall I don't hate the composition, but just that awful blue sky. I really could have done with some clouds or some overcast, but we were just not destined to get that on this day. And if you haven't figured it out already, I massively overdid it with the polarizer. That sky is a little just unnaturally dark. Lesson learned, do not overdo it with the polarizer. This shot was a combination of 5 different exposures that I needed in order to tackle this challenging dynamic range scene and get the motion blur that I wanted in the water while still being able to see details in the darker areas of the frame. What I like about this second shot of the Crystal Mill is I really like the framing I was able to achieve with those 2 trees on either side of the frame there. I really like that I've got all this fall just vibe going through the photo, even though I really did miss the peak color, as you can see right there on the right hand side with all those bare aspen trees. And again, that blue sky, just I really wish I could have gotten there when I had better cloud conditions, but again, what can you do, right? I only had a small window to be able to get there to take this shot. Overall, I wasn't unhappy with the time I spent at the Crystal Mill. I wish I had gotten there with better lighting, maybe at early morning or late evening. But while I was there, I got an offer from another photographer to get a ride out. And since I really didn't fancy another heart attack-inducing hike, I jumped on the offer. But I am planning on returning to this scene at some point. Hopefully then I'll have some better lighting and cloud conditions, and the river will have more water in it. I camped out overnight, and while I intended to drive back first thing the next morning, I ended up pulling over onto the side of the highway and capturing some really just fun and, in my opinion, better fall color images than what I captured at the Crystal Mill. A lot of these shots were taken with my 70-200, just walking up and down the side of the highway and picking out little vignettes in the landscape that I thought really stood out. We had some great morning light that was backlighting the trees. I really couldn't have asked for a better morning of landscape photography. I also ended up shooting the breeze with another landscape photographer who was pulled over to the side of the road, and that made the experience a little bit more enjoyable. And I think that this last image was probably my favorite of the entire trip. Got gorgeous light hitting the mountains there, and some gorgeous light just illuminating that one patch of aspen trees. And honestly, this is probably going up on my website.
All right, well, I can tell you right now, that is a very epic place. Was able to get down in the riverbed, and I got a couple of cool shots there, and I got a shot up on the hill. I was a little disappointed the guard wouldn't let me get the one shot from this one ledge, but you know what, he's got a job to do, and I understand that, so that's all right. Big thank you to a fellow photographer named Marcos for letting me ride with him back down, because I was not looking forward to doing another 6 miles out. That was not going to be a fun ride. Somebody pulling around me. They're probably going to start hiking. But yeah, just wow. I knew that was going to be a long hike, and I knew parts of that were going to be tough. Applying a little hand sanitizer here. But man, I was not anticipating just how much up and down variance there be to that road. Oh man. But yeah. Don't know how I feel about the photographs. I really, really, really wish it hadn't been a blue sky day. I mean, just I held out hope. I held out hope that we get some cloud that would come in. It wouldn't just be a pure blue sky. And also, not the best time of day to be shooting. You know, it was like 2, 3 o'clock. I still had some pretty harsh light. Had a huge dynamic range. So editing those photos, you'll have already seen them, but editing those photos are going to be a pain in the butt. Most of them, anyway. But still, I'm still glad I did this. You know, definitely worth the 5-hour drive and the heart attack inducing hike. So, and also big thank you to Marcos. I didn't catch his last name, but he also gave me a Moose Drool. Very good beer out of, Big Sky Brewing out of Montana. So thank you, Marcos. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for taking me out of there. All right. So I think now I am probably going to go find a camp spot. There's a campground near here that it's like a free Forest Service campground. So I'm going to go see if I can get a spot there. If not, I'll have to come up with a different plan. But plenty of time left in the day, so I think I'll be able to find a spot. And yeah, you know, complete blue skies. We're not going to get any clouds tonight. Excuse me. Not COVID, guys, I promise. It's just it's just phlegm from the hike. So yeah, I think I'm going to go find my camp spot. I'm going to enjoy an MRE that I bought. And probably just gonna relax. I downloaded a movie onto my phone and a couple of other YouTube videos onto my phone, and I got a book I got to finish before it's due back at the library. So I think I am gonna call it here. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit subscribe. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, guys, other than thank you for coming along, and until next time, I will see you out on the trail.